Apologies for the lighting and the framing if they're a bit off. I can't really tell when I haven't bothered to check the viewfinder before making the session, but it should be fine. Just like how the audio should be okay because I'm not touching the microphone at all. My two hands are right here. But on that note, I want to talk about pull-ups. I did really well, I think, but I think I'm messing up my rotator cuff, my shoulder, because this felt painful as I was going to turn the light off on the kitchen. There's a kitchen light which is an inbuilt kitchen light and fan. I was going to turn the light part off of that kitchen equipment, whatever you call it, and yeah, I felt that intense pain in the side of my shoulder. I've got to be careful, and I think it's strictly or mainly because of the pull-ups, the scapular pull-up progress I'm going out of my way to make without proper technique. It's something that I'm currently figuring out. It's something that I'm wanting to do and learn, which I am doing, but I'm figuring it out, and as I'm figuring it out, my technique is not the most clean. It is not the most healthiest for my shoulders yet, but I'm definitely trying. At least I'm going out of my way to learn now rather than later, when that could have had more of a negative impact on my joints, where I'd be destroying my joints quicker because of my age. I'm 21 now, and I think if there's any time to start, seeing as I did start in my teenage years, but I've only started making significant progress day by day after a few years, it's definitely time to keep on making that progress now. I was going to say it's time to start now, but I already have started. So, we've got that going on. Don't mind me eating. I was finding it difficult to think straight because I haven't eaten in a while, so I've just got these fruits that help me feel like, yeah, just a little something before having something big. So, what do I think happened? So, oh yeah, I noticed I've got the camera stood up on the band, so I can't show it at the moment, but I'm seeing stretches in the band already, and it makes sense as to why it was that cost. I am using them, and those stretches weren't there before the session. The band is very thick, so it will take a while before they start to rip, but now that I've looked at the stretches that have come after doing these pull-up sessions, that I made during these pull-up sessions, this pull-up session even, yeah, it's only a matter of time until all of these resistance bands rip, eventually, if I keep using them, which I plan to do. I'm just going out my way to take it as a sign that I'm using the resistance bands. They're meant to be stretched. I didn't think that thought before, but yeah, they are. They're meant to be stretched, they're meant to be used, and the band can handle it. I purposely used the band, again I didn't think this, and I felt unhappy about it stretching because I just bought it yesterday, but yeah, I did use the heaviest band that I got, the most appropriate one for my pull-up ability, but yet still it's stretching, and it looks like it's starting to rip. Barely, but I can see it there, I can see the indents. I can just stop using them, but that would then defeat the purpose of using the band, so I'm just going to keep on using them until I can't use them anymore and then get some new ones. It's not that big a deal. So that's that settled. But next time, I think I need to put my phone and everything that I use on 100% battery. I'm going to write that down, because the camera cut out and I didn't bring everything that I wanted to bring with me. I didn't bring my tablet, so I couldn't film the rest of what I wanted to do there, unfortunately, so I just stopped. Actually no, I didn't. I did a few more pull-ups, and then after that I just stopped. Scapular pull-ups, that is, where I tried to make my shoulders go back and work my upper back muscles that way, so that I know how to actively engage my upper back muscles, and then go into a pull-up position without hurting my shoulder joints, which I might have done, as I did try a couple of pull-up attempts before getting into our active hang position. Speaking of the active hang, the scapular pull-ups, I think what I need to do is actually lean slightly back to do it more, keeping my hands extended, and then just try and get my shoulders to move back. It's difficult to do, but I do have a technique that I think might help me, and that is to not just grip like this, but to use my forearms, to flex my forearms and then do it, but not too far, because I just felt that already. That hurt my wrist. As my joints are starting to click now, I've got to really be careful. My upper back's hurting me as well, my spine a little bit, just in between my shoulder blades and slightly below. I have been putting pressure on my up spine doing these reps, so I definitely have to be careful. I didn't this time round, but I think I should, for the sake of my spine and my joints. Stretch before and after the main exercise, and even maybe during. I just see that making so much progress. Finally, I'm having efficient session after efficient session, and I'm not plateauing. And I just want to keep on making that progress without thinking about mobility and flexibility. They matter too. No mobility and flexibility, it's going to be way harder to exist, let alone exercise and live my life to the fullest. No mobility means I'm immobile, can't move. That means that halts all of this progress I'm making just in life in general, exercise included. That'd be one unfortunate way of life, and there's no need for me to live that way when I can see that I'm not taking care of my joints and spine as much as I could be. Something I've got to learn about in my personal training manual and other sources as well, that I can do on the internet. Some strawberry Actimel. This time it's just only strawberry. I don't know why, but it's the job done. Love these things. I mean, I like the taste of them a lot. The strawberry one. I like the taste of the blueberry one surprisingly quite a bit. When I have blueberries, I just think they taste alright, but not like top tier, top notch. But anyway, enough of that. I tried creaming my calluses after the session as a form of callus prevention, but literally just dipping my hand, one of my fingers into the cream, my index finger, but it's not working as much as I'd like it to. I think I'd have to cream before as well. My hands are still dry, but it's okay enough for now anyway. Yeah. I don't need to show myself doing it. I don't need to actually do it, but basically I just dip my index finger in it, rub it all around like that, and then do that. You can hear how dry that sounds, I think. Right. Okay. Yeah. I just saw my rotator cuff is in pain. Maybe that's a note I made, and I've spoken about that in the kitchen. I was trying to turn the light off on that kitchen equipment, and I felt pain doing that. This movement right here. I've seen people do this on YouTube. I don't know what it's called, but some person that was talking about flexibility and stuff, some American guy. Yeah, that in itself I can do, but this motion here, oh man. Wait. I don't feel any pain doing that, just shoulder soreness. Around, actually no, yeah, around about here. Ish. Okay, I got some notes from the push-up session that I've done after this pull-up session that I actually want to add in now. Maybe I just need to carry on working on 4 more and that would prevent the joint pops that I experienced during the pull-up session. In the push-up session I experienced it here in my upper chest, but during the pull-up session it was in my shoulders more than anything. I'm hurting myself doing that stuff. That's the sign I'm hurting myself. I've got to learn how to activate my upper back muscles more, and just all of the muscles that I'd be using in the movement. I don't really know what I'm doing, and I think I need to do more research and just have more experience, just allow myself to do more sessions. Depending on how I feel, I may or may not do this again tomorrow, but to ease off, I think I won't do it tomorrow. I don't think I'll have another pull-up session tomorrow because I don't want to hurt my rotator cuffs any more than I might have done. I want to be careful, I want to take care of myself. And in the warm-up today, tomorrow, to be fair, I could actually try and do this movement. And that hurts so much. Like that. When I try and put more force into my index and middle finger, and have it up to a certain point, that just really hurts. I'm trying to find where the pain is. Like lifting it up to a certain point and then doing it. I felt like I was about to feed it just then. It's not nice. It's not nice, and it's because of poor form. I'm going out my way to perfect and improve. Well, there's no such thing as perfect, but to improve, and I'd say I'm getting there. I've tried to move back, keeping my elbows extended to try and to try and feed it in my upper back muscles. And that worked a little bit, and then I tried, off camera I tried to just lift myself directly up, looking at the bar, and then keep my arms straight, and then feel that contraction but in my upper back, but I didn't really. It's something I'm still getting the hang of. I think I would have got the hang of it more during the session if the session was longer and I was recording for longer, but the only reason why I didn't was because I forgot to bring my tablet and my phone died because I didn't have it on 100% battery as I was out there. It was either probably that or storage, but it's okay. It's fine. Things happen like that. It's okay. I wasn't trying to have 100% battery before going, but I think I really need to have everything charged and prepared for the sessions. Otherwise, it might actually negatively impact my ability to record the sessions and my ability to actually do or have something to show for the sessions. And if I don't have something to show for the sessions, I want to just stop because I want to get what I've done on camera so that I can actually see what I have done and not have made significant progress off camera, because then it could seem like I've just gone and made the progress seemingly out of nowhere. I would explain what had happened if I had made what I think is significant progress off camera with any sort of exercise. And I know I'm going out my way to tell the truth with these exercises I'm doing. I'm showing what I'm doing. I mean, it's not CGI, but regardless, I've just been doing it for so long, and I want proof of what I've got going on, so I can always look back at it and see, oh well, I can understand what I needed to improve on now, which I've been doing here and there with certain exercises. I can't remember, but I know I've done that in the past where I've reviewed previous sessions and then seen what I was doing wrong with skills that I've learned, like maybe the frog stand, for example, and as I've learned with the handstand, for example, I'd see that I'd just be letting my hands go, but I've got to consciously depress my hands, put a whole load of pressure into the ground. That way I'm making it easier for myself to do the elbow taps, and that's when I go to do the handstand session is what I'm going to do next time when I'm doing that. I could write that down, but I'll just actually no, I will write that down. Press shoulder and chest, as in push it down onto the ground, push as hard as I can down into the ground. To do elbow taps in handstand position, which I've been trying to do for a couple of days now, I think. And then from there I'll eventually be able to do handstands without wall support, which I've been wanting to do since October 2022, last year at the latest. yeah, I've been wanting to do it for a while. I see many people doing it in calisthenics compilations and stuff like that. I even go through calisthenics' channel, who's now called Hybrid Athlete. Shout out to him, shout out to JD. I see him do his stuff and it just looks amazing. Some are Fun Fitness too, seen some of the work that she's put out there, and it just looks amazing with the way how she could just control that handstand position with so much ease and so much control. It's obvious to anyone that she's got so much control, and it just looks pleasant. Or even to the unknowing eye, it just looks pleasant if you're into that sort of stuff, i.e. yoga, calisthenics, gymnastics, etc. Those people probably wouldn't be beginners, but if they've just started seeing that stuff for the first time, them too, they might not really know why it is that it looks so easy, but it's just control. Along with a lot of other stuff. It's not just that. I mean, do you need the strength for the mobility? Or strength, mobility, flexibility, that sort of stuff. Don't really know what those words mean at the moment, but I need to build on my knowledge, my education. Just being able to do the move injury-free, basically, with ease. Yeah, she makes it look easy, just like how JD from Hybrid Athlete makes it look easy. By the way, I find it difficult to find his channel by typing in Hybrid Athlete, so I just type in Grow Through Calisthenics, and then you can find the channel that way. Shout out to him, definitely. Anything else that I want to say? I'd like to actually reprogram the session. I'd like to reprogram the session because I'd like to be more purposeful with the sessions, so I'll get that done, and I'll try and do the forearm stuff, flex my forearm, as I was just doing it on random metal structures like this without having to get into pull-up position that were there just conveniently. And yeah, I found out I was able to get my hand wrapped around way more than in the past with just holding it like this and not really using my forearm. I wasn't this session round, but I will be the next time. Make it easier for myself to do any sort of pull-up reps. Yeah. Yeah, so I'll do that. I'll reprogram the session off camera, but that's it. That's the end of the review. So cheers to getting this review out, and cheers to making progress with the pull-ups and in everything I do, every aspect of life and every exercise session I do. Just get there bit by bit, and with this sort of progression that I'm making with all of my exercises, I'm going to be able to tackle anything that I want to tackle. Peace. Regardless of if I think I won't be able to, I will be able to with the help of programming and also following through with those plans. Bye now.